King's Country at kingscountry.net. It's a TGIF edition of the Jim King of the radio show, and I have 2 tickets to paradise. Well, almost. Elvis tonight opens in Beaumont. We snagged a couple of tickets. My sweetie Suzanne Simmons and I are going to go there in the early show this evening after a little din-din. Speaking of that movie starring Tom Hanks as Colonel Parker, you would think that anything Elvis had recorded would have been released by now. You would think.
You have his hits. You have his movies. Now, you can have a new collection of Elvis. Just goofing off.
Time out a second.
Hear Elvis like you've never heard him before. In the studio. The time he blew his nose.
Give me a Kleenex.
Making empty threats about other artists.
I'm going to kill Neil Sedaka when I see him.
And hear his band who would laugh at anything Elvis said.
Thought I split my tongue, was doing harmony with myself.
It's the new collection of Elvis. Just goofing off. Order now.
Streaming from the studios of King of the Road Productions in Beaumont, Texas. Gearing up for another Jim King of the TV show. It's a rerun, but it's been several months since we've aired any Frank Foster. It's more of a redo than a rerun. I've spiced it up a little bit. I always try to spice things up a little bit on the show, but it airs 3 times this weekend. My Frank and Friends, Foster and Friends episode on Fox 4 and the CW in Southeast Texas. I'll be posting the segments tomorrow at jimkingoftheroad.com. We're going to kick it off with a couple of segments recorded live at Honky Tonk, Texas by yours truly and King of the Road Productions a little while back. Exclusive interview and concert footage. We're going to have the Southeast Texas debut of his latest music video as our Pine Tree Lodge music clip of the week from Nashville. We'll have the Soggy Bottom Saloon events calendar, the Honky Tonk, Texas fabulous flashback, and thanks to Bradley's Collision Center, he'll be in the Royal Spotlight, too. He gets the entire 9 yards, the whole show.
Y'all ready to crank it back up on the wire? Ain't no doubt I was a different child when it came to color. And I put a mean miles and a whole lot of style on the Louisiana Perry Road. We fought a setting sun, and I make me a little run to grab some buddies and a box of beer. And we'd be Corny Lake ready to make a loop down by the levee and let the Chevy put some road in the mirror. There was always a few of us kicking up some down Hondas. Got a home ran, a farm ran, and a rail pump, and the old ones catching us a back road bump.
Check out Frank Foster this weekend 3 times on Fox 4 and the CW. Again, I'll be posting the segments at jimkingoftheroad.com sometime tomorrow. But thanks for streaming King's Country.
In the morning.
King's Country at kingscountry.net. It's a TGIF edition. Second hour of the Jim King of the radio show, but who's counting? Yeah, I'm on 10 to 2 most days, Monday through Friday. I can take a day off here and there because I have no boss. No, it's my own business. Me and Mickey Ashworth launched this bad boy 11 years ago in July 4th, Independence Day. That's very apropos. We'll be celebrating our 11th anniversary. We launched this way back in 2011. Still going strong. Hey, stay with me. We're going to take a quick time out. The late, great George Jones, Wine-Colored Roses, coming up right after these. King's Country at kingscountry.net. Thanks for riding shotgun with me, Cadillac style, through the midday thing. I'm Jim King, and here comes JC, a.k.a. John Conley. Probably explains why I'm having a fabulous flashback. Hold on.
King of the Road.
Backstage in Beaumont with country legend John Conley. Former DJ, you did quite a few years on the behind the mic, didn't you?
9 years in radio altogether. 7 of the 9 in Nashville. That's what brought me to Nashville, is to because I got a job at a station there, and that's what allowed me to turn what was my hobby, music, into a career.
It surprises a lot of people to know that Rose-Colored Glasses wasn't actually a #1 song
but it's what you're remembered for most, even though it wasn't you've had other number one songs. I think that was in the like top 3 or something.
7. It stopped 7 on Billboard, but it's still the most popular song we've ever done. It's a standard in music, and that underlines the unimportance of number one sometimes. Number one is an indicator that everybody in the industry follows. The fans don't take the trades. They don't care. They either love it or they don't. And if every song that I'd done in the meantime could be as popular as Rose, I would have them all stop at 7.
There must be a lot of luck involved in getting a number one song to get all those stations on board at the same time.
That is the key. All stations have to play it at once. So that's why Rose didn't go number one. It started in one region, went up everybody's charts. Then the next region picked up on it. It was new to them. So in order to have a number one record, you got to have the whole country at the same time. And that's the reason it never went number one. Technical reasons that nobody cares about.
Well, I know you got to get back on the road, so we don't want to keep you any longer.
All right, good to see you again.
Good
Thanks
to see
very
you,
much.
John Conley, everybody.
Thanks.
He's been working all week. He's got mental fatigue. And that old couch sure looks fine. All week he's been gone.
Take you back.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. I'm Jim King. Thanks for listening as we cruise toward the lunch hour on our TGIF edition. In case you missed it, Luke Bryan shared a video of himself on stage in Vegas holding somebody's baby. Check it out.
Been a hell of a party. At some point, I got a baby. Where is the mother of this child? Return to sender. Hey, I'm sorry I stole your baby. This is gonna make a hell of a scrapbook one day.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. Did you hear about this one? And it didn't happen in Vidor, Texas. No. A guy shattered the world record for throwing, wait for it, a washing machine. Yeah, it happened in Sweden. A Swedish guy has broken the Guinness World Record by throwing a washing machine 14 feet, 7.2 inches. Here's the announcement of the new world record in strongman Johan Espenkrona about his big accomplishment.
He got a total of 4 meters and 45.
My first throw was the best one. The second best one, because my last throw was the longest, but I stepped over the line. But the first one was that who counts.
King's Country, kingscountry.net, cruising through the lunch hour on the Jim King of the Radio Show. And breaking news from Nashville, here's country star Sam Hunt talking about the inspiration behind his new song, Water Under the Bridge.
It's a song that is literally about water under the bridge, but it's really about that little place that most small towns have. In my case, it was a little hangout spot down by the river up under an old back road. Folks have been gathering up there long before we came along, and I'm sure it's still gathering up there now. But on Friday and Saturday night, go out there to have a good time, let our hair down a little bit, get into a little bit of trouble. We made a lot of memories out
kingscountry.net. I'm Jim King of the Radio. I noticed the other day that school is out. I don't have to drive 20 miles per hour down Dallin near that middle school where the crossing guard is, the famous one that waves at everybody. He's made a name for himself. You see him in the media all the time. He's always a big smile on his face, waving. Speaking of crossing guards, an elementary school in New Jersey threw a big going-away party this week for a crossing guard. Her name is Claire Bauman, and she's finally retiring at age, wait for it, 94. Been a crossing guard at the same school for 57 years. Here's the school's principal paying tribute to her while they stand next to the crossing walk she's manned all that time.
In the last 57 years, you have always ensured that our children would get to school safely. You are unique, you are special, and you will forever be ingrained in our lives in Cherry Hill. Thank you for all that you've done for so many families.
Someone else's love song.
Streaming from the studios of King of the Road Productions in Beaumont, Texas, Jim King of the radio and TV behind the wheel. Yes, I said TV. It's my time to shine on the boob tube every weekend, 3 times on Fox 4 and the CW. This is a Frank Foster and Friends episode. It's been a while since we had Frank Foster on the show. He's a fellow entrepreneur and singer-songwriter. He's a business owner, just like yours truly. That's why I appreciate all that he's accomplished, way beyond what I've done. But it's a good one. And if you want to see a preview of it, just go to my Facebook page. All of my Facebook pages, I've posted it there. Get a preview of this weekend's show. I'll be posting the segments on my YouTube channel and JimKingOfTheRoad.com sometime tomorrow afternoon. So check it out, and don't miss it this weekend. Frank Foster, you hear a lot of his tunes here on King's Country. In fact, we've got some coming up. Stay tuned. King's Country at kingscountry.net. One of the easiest ways to stream us is on your Alexa smart speaker. Revolutionized internet radio, in my opinion. That's what I keep it on here at the castle, the Cat Castle, all day long. My girlfriend Suzanne Simmons plays it all day long, too. King's Country from kingscountry.net. All you got to do is say, Alexa, play King's Country from TuneIn, and you're in. It's that easy. Speaking of Alexa, if you're missing a deceased loved one, Alexa may soon be here to help. A new feature will reportedly let you speak to the dead. Here's a quick example of how it might work from an Amazon event.
Alexa, can Grandma finish reading me The Wizard of Oz?
Okay, but how about my courage? Asked the lion anxiously. You have plenty of courage, I am sure, answered Oz. All you need is confidence in yourself.
Country at kingscountry.net. That does it for me. Another week of the Jim King of the radio show in the wraps. Just kicking off the TV show. Jim King of the TV show set to air 3 times this weekend on Fox 4 and the CW. You know your assignment for the weekend. Keep it between the ditches, goodness gracious, and have a good one. Be back anytime with any luck at all. Monday morning, 10-ish right here in King's Country. I'm out of here. I'm going to go see Elvis tonight. I'll report back about that